Thank you, Jason. Now, we've talked already about how we started the development of the Tre battery electric truck based on the Iveco S-Way platform, a very modern diesel truck. But then we did a lot of engineering to make that a purpose-built truck, a purpose-built battery electric truck. And then we took that and went one step further to make this a highly integrated fuel cell electric powertrain into this platform. And this obviously starts with the fuel cell power module, which we have been developing with our partner Robert Bosch to fit exactly this application and fit exactly into our truck. So we optimized and co-designed all of the interfaces. The interface to the thermal system, which is not a trivial engineering task to actually cool the fuel cell power module. We've engineered the other interfaces, the electrical interfaces, air intake, exhaust, hydrogen supply, as well as the safety interfaces. And all of that resulted in a truly integrated fuel cell electric powertrain solution for our Tre fuel cell electric truck. We talked about also the benefit of being able to manufacture this system locally, to source the system locally, and also to have the insight and certain control over the engineering activity that goes into this fuel cell power module. We're talking about a unit that consists of 2 fuel cell stacks with its own balance of plant, meaning both of these systems can run independently from each other. And each of those systems has a power output of 100 kilowatt net end of life. Why am I stressing net and end of life? Because it's important to talk about what the power level is that goes into the truck. So if I talk about net power, it means the power already accounted for any of the auxiliaries, the air compressor and so on, that need to be powered to actually run the fuel cell system. Why do I talk about end of life? Because we want this truck to perform greatly, not only at its first day of service, but also at the last day of service. So at the end of the life of this truck, we want to still have this great performance that I think all of you experienced today on the track, at least the ones here in the room. And that is how we design this truck and the powertrain and how we size it to ensure that we have consistent performance throughout the life. We also still have 2 battery packs in this truck, a total of 140 kilowatt hours usable. They're located in the center line of the vehicle, and that was a very conscious decision as well with regards to the safety of this truck. We then have 5 hydrogen tanks, type 4 composite 700 bar pressure vessels. 3 of those are located behind the cab, which we call the backpack. And then we have 1 tank each on the 2 saddle locations of the vehicle. They're all connected into one hydrogen fuel rail, and then power and supply the fuel cell system. Lastly here, what you can see, the E-axle, the rear of the vehicle, and that's another point where I want to stress how important and beneficial for the development of this fuel cell truck the battery electric truck program was. Because essentially this part from behind the battery packs and these hydrogen tanks that you see to the back, the whole power chain, the E-axle inverters, is exactly the same as the battery electric truck. So we had a very mature solution we could plant into this truck from the get-go. Now the last aspect I want to explain here on this slide is the safety systems. There's at least some people that have concerns about the safety of hydrogen vehicles. And I can tell you this is one of the safest trucks you will see. We have designed the safety systems. Even in this alpha phase, we have done 2 crash tests. We built up crash mules. We did 1 test to evaluate our engineering structure, to do all of the measurements, and we did a 2nd test to do a verification of our design, and a verification of our crash detection system. We have a detection system here that works similar to an airbag system, where in a split second after an impact, you will have the high voltage system being cut off with pyro fuses. You'll have that for the battery and the fuel cell system, as well as the low voltage system. The critical parts will be cut off. Some other parts will be powered on to ensure the safety of the vehicle. And we also close all the valves of all of these 5 pressure vessels immediately, so that we come to a safe state of the vehicle in case of an impact right away. And I think this is just one aspect I want to highlight here, what we did to make this really a greatly engineered product from the beginning.